everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jose, but you can call me Juice, and I hope y'all are having a great motherfucking planty day. So today we're just going to be taking a look at some of the new growth I am getting this spring. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in watching, please make sure to stick around. And if you didn't know, I be uploading plant content here every Wednesday and Friday. So if you'd be looking for that, I got you. And you should definitely check out my other videos. And if you already have, you should think about clicking that subscribe button down there. Don't forget to leave a like or a comment because I would really appreciate it. And it would also really help my channel out. But anyways, let's just go ahead and get right into this video. So let's go ahead and walk around and look at some of these plants. All right, so first up, we're going to be looking at my philodendron ernestii, and y'all, she's kind of popping off lately. This is her latest leaf, and it is literally the biggest leaf that she has. So that's definitely a good sign that she's happy to be here, but it looks like she is already starting to work on a new leaf. So I'm super excited for that to get here. As you can see, there's already like a little leaf spike coming out of that growth point. This leaf is low-key still hardening off, I think. It has all those little dots, which isn't a pest, I'm pretty sure. I made sure to check and everything, but that's a freaking fungus gnat right there that y'all just saw. But I think that's kind of just how this plant grows in, because the last leaf kind of did this too, which was this one, which is way smaller than that one. The dots that this leaf had eventually faded with the rest of the leaf once it started to harden. So I feel like these are gonna blend in once this is more dark green, because as y'all can see, it's still pretty light green compared to the rest of the leaves. But yeah, I'm excited to see that new growth come in, and I'm excited for her future in general. I'm probably gonna cut her up kind of soon once she grows out a little more, so that I can propagate the cuttings and then plant her on a moss pole like with my pink princess back there, so I can have her growing up it and everything, because I really want to get this plant to maturity because the leaves look so pretty. They can get really big, and plus the petioles will start like getting these little ruffles. I don't know what to call them. But yeah, anyways, this is my philodendron ernestii. I'm super happy that she's in my collection, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to some other plants. While we are over here, we might as well take a look at my pink princess. So she is doing pretty good. She's a little dry right now, but I am just letting her dry out because I think I did low-key overwater her, because y'all, look over here on this beautiful half moon leaf. Some of it started browning, and I kind of feel like that was from overwatering, but I'm not entirely sure. This isn't the first time this has happened on this plant on a pink section, so I don't know if that just happens to pink leaves over time, because I know the pink doesn't have any chlorophyll in them, but like it still has a good amount of green on that leaf, so I don't know why that happened. And like I said, it's happened in the past, so it's happened here before, but I just cut it off. So there's still a little bit of brown, but like it's mostly pink. But yeah, so if anyone knows about that, let me know down in the comments. But other than that, she's doing pretty good. Luckily for us, she did actually sprout 2 new growth points down here. So I'm super excited for these to start growing in. As y'all can see, one already put out a freaking new leaf, and this one down here is just now starting to put out a new leaf. I'm just super excited for these to grow in so that she can really start growing up the moss pole, because she actually is not connected to it at all yet. So yeah, that's why the moss pole will be looking dry, because honestly, there's not really any point in watering it right now when she's not even like interacting with it. And like I said, I felt like I was overwatering her a little bit. So yeah, I'm excited for her future. All right, next up, we're gonna be looking at my monstera adansonii, and y'all, she is doing really good. This is her newest leaf, this lighter one right here. And as you can tell, they're starting to get pretty big. I did give her a chop the other day, so she's not as long as she used to be, but as y'all can see, she has 2 new growth points that sprouted for me, so I'm super excited to see how she's gonna grow. But it kind of looks like this one's having some troubles. There's like a little bit of browning. I don't know if that's gonna pick up on the camera, but maybe she just got a little bit of damage on the way out. I don't really know, but hopefully those new growth points will come in really nicely and she will keep on growing. But one of these days, I want to get this up on a moss pole, kind of like how I have my tetrasperma back there, because I think these look super beautiful when they climb, and obviously they will get those huge leaves. So yeah, eventually she will be on a moss pole, but right now she is just chilling as is. And this plant actually rotted on me like 3 or 4 times. If you know, you know. But I'm super happy that I still have her with me, and I have some cuttings that I'm going to show y'all as well that are rooting really nicely. So here are the cuttings, and like I said, they are rooting super nicely. Like, look at that. She is super happy in there. I probably need to pot these up soon. Basically, I'm going to be potting these up with the plant that I just showed y'all with a moss pole so that she can grow up it and get really big. So you'll probably see that in a video pretty soon. But yeah, I just love how this plant grows and the leaves are so cool. Like, look at that. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to another plant. Next up, I wanted to show you guys my epipremnum manjula. She has really good variegation, and I'm just so in love with her. This is her newest leaf that she just put out, and I just love how it looks. This is the last one she put out, and it has this nice little... Sorry, that was the dryer. That happened in my last video too. Anyways, as I was trying to say, it has this really nice white sectoral section. And then, yeah, this is another one of my favorite leaves on this plant. I just like how different each leaf kind of comes out. I kind of feel like this plant is a mix between an epipremnum enjoy or like pearls and jade, that type of vibe, mixed with like a marble queen. Like, am I wrong? Doesn't it kind of look like that? I don't know, but I've had this plant for a while. I think already over a year. Probably getting close to 2 years now, honestly. But as you can see, she is still a little small because she was going through it a little bit. She wasn't in the best soil, but I repotted her not too long ago. And ever since then, she seems to be way happier. Like I said, she's been putting out these new leaves for me. She just put one out back here, actually, which also has some pretty good variegation on it. So yeah, I'm just excited for her to keep on growing and be really full someday. But anyways, right next to her, we're going to take a look at my philodendron Brasil, which also has some really good new growth coming in. This was her latest leaf, and I just think it has such good variegation. She's working on a new one right now. Oh my god. She's working on a new one right now, actually. And then she has a bunch of babies in here that are also starting to put out some new leaves. So yeah, I'm really excited to keep watching this plant grow in. I've also had this plant for a while, and she's small as well because she also went through it. But she's doing a lot better these days, just like my manjula girly over here. And then right next to her, I have my philodendron silver stripe, or I've even seen people say it's called a philodendron Rio. I don't know. I used to think Rio and Brazil were the same thing, but they're not. So I just got that mixed up in my head or whatever. But basically, I've also had this plant for a while, and she's still not huge or anything, but she's definitely been doing really good lately. And the variegation is keeping up pretty good. She has like one green leaf or two. Yeah, like 2 of them or something. But other than that, she seems to be keeping up the variegation, which I'm super happy about because I feel like I've heard these philodendron like to revert. So I'm just super happy and proud that she seems to be keeping up that variegation. These were her 2 newest leaves, by the way, the ones that I like keep showing off. And y'all can probably tell by how light green they are. We have my philodendron micans right here, and she is looking really good as well. She has tons of new growth coming in, which are these orange darker leaves, and I just think it looks so cute. She is growing in really nicely, and as y'all saw earlier, I have some cuttings up here that are actually rooting really nicely as well. Like, look at all those roots in there, y'all. But yeah, basically I took a cutting from right here. So I'm super excited to see that leaf come out. and for her to keep on growing, because I literally grew this from 2 little single leaf cuttings. I know I say that every time I show her, but like it's true, because she's really grown so much and come so far, and I'm excited for her to grow even more so I can have a really huge basket of her one day. And these grow super fast, so that will probably be pretty soon here. But anyways, right next to her, we actually have a rhaphidophora tetrasperma that I grew from wet stick. And I've had this one for over a year now as well. And she was growing pretty slowly at first. She did put out a couple of leaves, mostly the ones back here. And, you know, she was a wet stick, so she was probably taking that time to establish herself and grow some new roots. But y'all, she literally put her first leaf out with the fenestration, which is so cute. I know I have my big mother plant over here, but like, it's just so cute to see this one finally put out a fenestration. And I'm kind of just letting this one do its own thing. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to put it up a moss pole. I might just let it keep trailing and like see what it does. And I've never really seen like a trailing rhaphidophora tetrasperma, because, you know, they like to climb and prefer to climb, but I think it'd be kind of cool to see her trail. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. But while we're over here, let's actually look at my big rhaphidophora tetrasperma that I have growing up this moss pole that I made for her. And y'all, she is doing really well. She just put out this new leaf and she is growing into the moss pole. Look, do y'all see that right there? That's a fungus gnat. Do y'all see that? Ew. But basically, there's a freaking root right there. And she is continuing to root as she grows up it. So I think she's doing pretty... Is that another freaking fungus gnat? Y'all, go the frick away. Showing up uninvited and everything. But yeah, she is growing really well. She's actually putting out a new leaf back here. And she's also putting out a new one down here. And she's had a couple of new ones come out back here as well. But yeah, basically she is growing super nicely, and I keep this moss pole relatively moist, so I think she is loving it so far. This is like the first time I've ever had like a plant really climb up a moss pole and like interact with it and everything. I'm definitely gonna have to make a moss pole addition soon because she's starting to get closer and closer to the top. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and move on to some other plants. Another plant I'm super excited to talk about are my hostas. I'm not entirely sure what varieties, but basically these are part of my outside plants, and y'all, these literally came back from the dead of winter, and I'm super happy. I kind of knew that they were gonna do that because that's kind of what they do, but I literally haven't watered them in like months, and it was kind of a brutal winter temperature wise. I'm always so shocked when perennial plants like that come back because it's like they literally come back from nothing. So I'm super happy to welcome her back for this spring and summer. Hopefully I can get her to flower because I've only gotten one of them to flower once. And that was when I first got her, which was like when I was first getting into plants. So one of them I've had for like almost 2 years. The other one in the white pot I've only had for like a year, I think. But yeah, like I said, I'm just super happy that they're back. And I'm excited for how fast they're going to grow because they grow really fast. And I definitely need to water them. So once I water them, they're definitely going to take off. They're cute, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to another plant. Alright guys, so if you watched my plant chores video a couple videos back, I chopped my ponytail palm up. And basically, I have a little bit of a growth update for y'all. Look it. She's growing back a little bit. So basically, these 4 other stalks rotted and died off after I chopped them. But this side is coming back, so I think it's super cute to see. And if she keeps growing in well, I think it's gonna look really cute when it has a lot more leaves and it's fuller. Because she'll just have like one little ponytail of leaves, but she will probably put out another branch eventually because I know they can do that, so we'll see what happens. But I'm super happy that she didn't just like totally die on me and she's still here. And I think I've had her for almost close to 2 years now. It'll probably be like 2 years in July or June. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to show you guys in case anyone was curious how she's doing these days. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Another plant I wanted to show y'all was my syngonium pink allusion. And I've talked about her in the past, but I was kind of struggling with her for a little bit. But I think I maybe have her care down now because she has been doing pretty good for me and growing some new leaves. She actually has a new one on the way, as y'all can freaking see right there. So let's hope that it doesn't get stuck or anything, because I was having the problem with my syngonium where it would grow new leaves, but they wouldn't ever like fully unfurl. So I don't know what was really going on there, but let's hope it doesn't keep happening. And this was her last leaf, and as y'all can see, it fully unfurled, luckily. So I have a good feeling that this next leaf should do the same. But yeah, wish her luck, y'all. I can't wait till she's a bigger plant one of these days, because I've had her for a while as well, and she is pretty small, as y'all can see. But anyways, I still love her regardless. And right next to her, I have a plant that I actually haven't talked about on this channel yet because she's kind of new. Basically, this is an epipremnum jade, or jade pothos, whatever you want to call it. But basically, I just took some cuttings from my marble queen. But basically, it's an all green epipremnum, and she has tons of new growth coming in down here. And I think she actually already did have a new leaf come out. I think it was that little baby one right there, as y'all can see. She's all facing this way right now because I did have the pot facing the other way, so I flipped her around so she can kind of, even herself out. But anyways, y'all, wish her luck. Next up, we're going to be talking about my anthurium forgetii. And I love this girly so much because she is so beautiful. This was her last leaf, and y'all, just look at that. I love the veining on these leaves so much, and she is just such a beautiful plant, and I'm so happy that she is in my collection. But y'all, she's putting out a new leaf. Look at that. I'm super excited for that to come out. She's been working on it for a little bit. She's basically been pregnant with that leaf for at least like a week now, and I just gave her a water, I think, yesterday. So that leaf is finally just starting to sprout out. As y'all can see, that is the tip of the new leaf right there. So yeah, I'm super excited to see what it's gonna look like, and I hope it's as big as this leaf, if not bigger. So I feel like I'm kind of good at taking care of anthurium, but this is the only one that I have, so I don't know if I should be saying that yet, but I definitely want to get into some more. Let me know what your favorite anthurium is down in the comments, and I'll definitely check it out. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. All right, next up, we're going to be talking about my alocasia amazonica polys. And y'all, this is the plant that like everyone tells you not to get. But I actually got this plant in my first ever video on this channel. So if you've been here since then, you are definitely a real one. But y'all, me and her have definitely been through a journey together. But I definitely feel like I have her care down because she is 3 leaves strong. And she has put out 2 of these leaves in my care. Basically, she was in the 1 leaf club for a little bit with this leaf. This is her most recent leaf, and I'm super proud of how it's turning out. It's a pretty decent size, and this was the leaf before that, and it's relatively the same size, but it is super pretty, and I'm just super happy that she is growing really nicely for me. But anyways, I have another one right here, as I'm sure y'all can see, and she also just put out a new leaf, and it is super pretty. This was her last leaf, which is huge because she did used to live in my greenhouse box. She was a stump for a little bit because this plant used to be a part of this plant as well. And I think I do want to repot them back together one of these days. But right now, they're just chilling separately and growing on their own. But I'm just super excited to see that this one is happy and growing as well. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. So next up, we're going to talk about my euphorbia trigona, and this is just the green form, and she is super cute. I think I got her at Pistol's Nursery around a year ago now, and yeah, she's kind of been through it. So when I first got her, she was growing super well. She got super tall, And then when I moved into this apartment, one of my cats knocked her down, and ever since then she was like unhappy. So I think she was just like shocked. And then the other day after I did my houseplant tour, she started dropping a bunch of leaves. Like a bunch of them started yellowing, and I was like, what's going on? But I think she was just thirsty, I think. I don't know, but I watered her and that stopped, and she actually finally has new growth coming in, as y'all can see, and I'm super happy because she has not grown any new leaves for me in such a long time, so I'm super proud of her. I definitely need to repot her because the soil she's in, look at that, it's a mess. I don't even know what it is. I think it's like a bunch of perlite and like barely any dirt. I think she definitely benefit from a better potting soil, but yeah, I'm just happy that she's starting to grow again. Even some of these little stalks down here have some new leaves coming in at the ends, as y'all can see. Yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and move on to another plant. Next up, we're going to be talking about my peperomia scandens, variegata, and y'all, she is doing so much better than the last time you saw her. So in one of my plant tours videos, I think I repotted her because she was in some pretty poor soil, but she is definitely in some way better soil now, and you could definitely tell because she has tons of new growth coming in. So basically this whole part of this vine is new growth, and she has some new vines even growing up here, and they're so pretty, and the variegation on them is like super pretty as well. Like, look at this one. It has like dark green and cream variegation. Like, I've never seen that on a peperomia scandens, so I think that's really cool. Maybe it's because she gets pretty high lighting conditions, because I actually have her living in my office space. I actually have my euphorbia living out there as well. But basically, in the morning, they get direct sun from the sunrise. So they are definitely really appreciating that. And I think that might be why some of that dark green variegation is coming out. But yeah, she's doing so much better, y'all. And I'm super proud of her because she was kind of struggling for a bit. Here's a little close-up of some more new growth. But yeah, wish her luck on her growth journey. But anyways, guys, I think that is where our video is going to end. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like and a comment because it would really help my channel out, and I'd also really appreciate it. I hope you guys are having a great Friday, and if you didn't know, I'd be uploading planty videos here every Wednesday and Friday. Definitely make sure to check out my other videos, and if you already have, you should think about clicking that subscribe button. But I had a super fun time looking at all of these plants with y'all. I definitely have way more plants that are growing than just the ones that I showed you, but that would literally just be me showing you my entire plant collection, basically, which I've already done a video on if you haven't seen. It's just my houseplant tour. I also have a plant TikTok if you're into that. I'll leave it down in the description. But anyways, I think I'm going to head out. So I'll see y'all next week. Bye.